la 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 la. Ba-da-da, ba-da, ba-da-da, la-di-da.
お二人のお席でよろしいでしょうか。
はい。
これやってやったふりしてやる。
いるでしょ。例えばほら、ご飯がね。
なんかさ、ぐずぐずしてると後ろにいると思うから気を焦るしさ。
あんまり少ないみたいよ。自動レジは日本では。
뭔가 좀 이렇게 선명하지
今
않은
度さ、あったかいじゃないわけよ。電話できるでもできるわけ。
맛있겠다.
なんか最近ちょっとトラブルがある。
아니 뭐
結局こういうお料理屋さんが消されちゃってたじゃん。コロナで。それが全部空間になってくる。
I've been around, but I can't get you out of my head. Try to stray, try to forget, but the thoughts they seem to drown me instead.
블랙만 됐던 것 같기도 하고.
I've always wondered what it takes to fill this empty void inside. But now I've realized you were what I needed this whole time. I've been around, no one else has got me feeling this way. Every minute, every hour I spend is on you every single day. I've always wondered what it takes to fill this empty void inside. Something about you makes me wanna be with you for a long time. Do ba do be do ba do be do 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 day. Do ba do be do ba do be do 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 day. Do ba do be do ba do be do 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 day. Do ba do be do 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 ta da da da.
너무 예쁘다. 천장이 너무 예쁘다. 나 얘 치즈 너무 귀엽다.
하루 생일 카드 한 개 살까?
곧이야 24일. 응. 얘. 얘 귀엽네. 얘 보거 아니야? 얘 보거 맞아? 맞아. 귀여워. 튤립이네게다가. 이런 거 메모지. 너무 귀여운데 이런 거?
진짜 귀엽다.
내 소파. 너무 귀엽다.
저 고양이 언니 메모 봤냐?
이쪽 다 이쁘네. 얘 너무 귀엽다 걔.
와.
미쳤다 미쳤다. 우리 지금 여기서 10분? 이 작은 공간에서 10분? 나 오사카 정보가 전혀 없으니까 봐도 모르겠다 어딘지.
이건 뭔지 알겠다.
오사카 타워야? 오사카 타워란 게 있나?
그 이런 거 아닌가? 아닌가?
뭐라고 말하지 얘를?
츠땡 갖고.
스텐각.
응.
귀여워 여긴 다 귀여워.
근데 내 원픽은 난 도라에몽.
도라에몽? 색감 이거 어떡할 건데.
어머.
너무 이쁘다. 어떡할 거야. 정말 어질어질하다.
홈피트 다 너무 예뻐.
너무 이쁘다. 드디어 왔네요. 이 주전자가 너무 귀엽다.
Yes.
고한食べてるとこある。
持ってきます。
すごい前に。はい、失礼します。リコテンみたいな。頭皮？頭皮はつきそう。つきそうなんだ。
出します。
これとあれ回収してもらったらそれでいいです。
I know what you've been through. I know what you like. I know you about it. When we turn off the lights, I know that you want me. Oh, I ain't no fool. We've been going at it for a minute or two. Darling, you got the sweetest heart, and I don't want it to break. That frown on your face got me hurting. I'm afraid it's too late. Spring brings flowers, but they all dried up. They remind me of what once was. I'm talking us, me and you and I. It's been a ride, I'm tired. Like Nick Cannon and Mariah. Been riding out, fueling fires again. What's this, like the 6th time since we first met? When you call, I can't fight it. Something in the way you move, keep on drawing me in. Those lips I know so well, they excite me. Said I know them like the back of my hand, back of my hand. I know what you've been through. I know what you like. I know you about it. When we turn off the lights, I know that you want me. Oh, I ain't no fool. We've been going at it for a minute or two. Darling, you got the sweetest heart, and I don't want it to don't trust you. I don't trust myself. I said patience is a must, boo. Things will turn out well.
색을 좋아해. 호박색.
Lost count of the years since I've been here by your side, in and out through all these tears. We can do it again, it ain't no problem. Like a switch since we stay more than friends. I know you. Know my photo still hangs on your door, and I'll show you that there really ain't no forgetting anymore. I know what you've been through, been through. I know what you like, I know what you like. I know you were back.
新しいこんなのあれ何餅？
でやっぱさ、タクシーとかさ、コンビニとこまで行ったらさ、すぐ食べれるわけだからさ。
그것도 안
since we last spoke, baby. You were so cold